Hi, how are you?
I'm swell.
Swell? That's
Yeah.
a good word. I like that word.
Well, thank you.
Just wanted to let you
The
know,
blue
first
phone?
of all, that this is the emergency phone. If someone calls it, I have to answer.
Yes.
Okay? We never know when that happens. Could happen at any moment.
Shouldn't it be red?
No, it's not. It's not ringing right now. No, Talon, stop. Okay. Anyway, Dale.
Yes.
I want to know all about your podcast, The Man Card, and why. First of all, what is with the name? Why is it called that?
The podcast.
The Man Card. The podcast, The Man
Card. So we have a buddy of mine, Jim Ramos, started this ministry called The Great Hunt for God. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing is we did youth ministry for years, and we realized that the problem with kids is most likely the dad. There is no dad or not engaged dad. Mm-hmm. And so he started this 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
And with that, we thought, let's do a podcast so we can reach more people.
Okay, because I'm going to be honest, that description was the farthest thing from my mind when you hear The Man Card.
Yeah, so.
I automatically assume, like, we're going to talk about beer and chicks and cars.
Yeah.
But that's not, well,
no.
So what do you talk about?
That's funny. No, we actually talk about men leading their homes and leading in their communities.
Nice.
And I think that we have too many guys that are completely disengaged and checked out from their families. And so
thinking about chicks,
beer and cars.
No.
and if we believe that 80% of the world's problems originate from men, and those problems can be solved with men.
Wow.
So they are the solution and the problem, mind blown.
Yes.
And so we do this podcast talking to guys, and we get experts on our show to talk about all kinds of different things where men are struggling and how they can overcome those things.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what is the most probably memorable person you've had? Yeah.
Oh, Ron Noble. Yes,
hey.
by far. It was so impactful.
Yeah.
Changed my life. Yeah, that was good.
I love that he's sitting right here and you're like, no.
No, we a while back we did a podcast with Wes Stafford.
Okay.
He started my brain's going away now.
That's okay. We can talk
Compassion International.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Okay, so he, just listen to his story about, it wrecks him to know that there's kids that are suffering and they don't have most of the things we have.
Right.
And so he just went on a crusade to go and help those kids.
Nice.
And so just listen to him. He's lighting a fire under men's pants to get up and do something.
Do something.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So
then what was probably one of your funniest interviews? Like if you were to say to guys out there right now who want to listen to your podcast, but they don't really want to be hit hard with heavy stuff.
We did a podcast with a young guy.
Okay.
Who we'll leave him nameless. He says he doesn't ever want to have kids and all this and that. And he's talking about life and what we can glean from it and things that he can teach us. And really, we kind of unloaded on him that he really has no platform to talk about that.
Well, how old was he?
20s.
Okay.
And like, this is how life is.
Gotcha.
And you're going, man, you have no clue.
Yeah.
You have some kids, and then, it all changes. You think you know everything, but you don't.
So how many kids do both of you
12.
have? Oh, 12.
Yeah, he's got, I think, 10 of them.
No.
Okay, wait a second.
I have 4.
There's no line on this show, mister.
I've got 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've moved on because I've got 6 grandkids as well.
Oh,
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome.
We have 3 daughters, and we just adopted our nephews 5.
Okay.
So
5. Wait, sorry.
4.
You said, he said, who is 5? But it
5.
blended,
Yes.
and I heard
73.
makes 5, something like
Yes.
that. Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome. And I have 3 children
Yeah.
that I created in my womb.
Wow.
With help. So, you know how it works.
No.
Anyway, Talon knows. Talon has 4 kids with 5th on the way.
Yeah. So clearly I haven't figured it out.
Oh, right. No.
Yeah, not yet.
They're just still going.
Still going, I guess.
That's awesome. Well, cool.
Yeah.
So, so you don't talk about beer, chicks, and cars, but
We do talk
it
about
is a
chicks
fun-
and how
okay.
if men will look at their own chick, that will really help their marriage and it will
Awesome.
help against sex trade.
Nice. Amen, brother. That's so good.
Yeah. So
then how can people hear about?
It's the Man Card Podcast. You can find it on every podcasting format, iTunes,
okay.
Stitcher,
That's
Spotify.
awesome.
It's all over the place.
Man Card.
And it was a couple years ago. I knew nothing about podcasting, and Jim, my boss, said, "Hey, figure out how to podcast." And
do it.
So now we're actually helping people and teaching them how to podcast.
That's so cool.
So it's pretty legit.
And so, Ron, you were on his podcast.
I was.
That's great. What did you talk about?
Influence.
Okay.
Actually, I've known Dale and Jim for quite a while and have watched this ministry grow, and it's just an amazing thing to reach out to men and help them be the fathers, the husbands they need to be.
Yeah.
But then I talked about influence and what happens when you understand it's not a positional thing. It's a matter of understanding that people are watching, from your own kids to those around you, your friends.
Yeah.
People watch.
Yeah.
And you have a great impact if you just understand that people are watching, a great impact on those around you.
Right. Every day. It's insane. Did you guys see that one video of, I just watched it yesterday, it started going around Facebook, of this lady who claimed that this young child sexually harassed her in this drugstore in New York City. And she was on the, everyone of course now has phones, right? We're all watching everything. And it's just too bad because it just painted such a bad picture for the women who are actually sexually harassed because they had footage. This is a convenience store. This is like a Circle K kind of thing. And what had happened in this footage, she had leaned over the counter to buy like cigarettes or something. And this kid was with his mom and his backpack brushed up against her butt. And she was like, and just went off on the poor child and then called the police. It was like, this child sexually harassed me. And oh, it was such a thing. And what makes me sad, like obviously she needs her own special help. But what makes me sad too is that it just paints this light of like, well, now we can't really trust women when they just go off the rail like that. Like, how are we supposed to trust anyone? And this, anyway.
Really, how do we?
And I just was reminded, how do we? But I was reminded of the influence. Like, this woman doesn't even know that she's influencing people when she's on there, just like going off the rails.
Oh, hi. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to share.